The middle child. We don't all know one, but even if you do, you probably forgot they even existed. I myself have been cursed with the greatness of being a middle child. I grew up with an older sister and a younger brother, and I couldn't be more different from the both of them. I was too old to be coddled and babied like my little brother, but at the same time, I was too young to join in with all the cool things my sister was doing. As I'm exposed to all sorts of medias, I realize my experience as a middle child isn't unique. I see people telling stories on Twitter and TikTok about things that have happened to them and their siblings, and all I can think is, whoa, I've had the exact argument with my brother, or hey, my sister used to do that to me too. And these traits extend past real life into films and television. There seems to be a whole list of stereotypes that us middle children fall into in some way. And those are as follows. Competitiveness. We try to outshine our siblings in any way we can. We are often the peacemakers, as growing up we were always compromising so our siblings would get what they want. Apparently, we act out for attention, but that is not something I'll own up to. We tend to be more independent than other children, which for myself I can say is very true. And a good one for us, we are usually the intelligent sibling. And not to toot my own horn, but I am that sibling. Fun fact, on separate occasions, both of my siblings told me that to stop greenhouse gases that affect the planet, everyone should just stop growing plants in their greenhouses in their gardens. One final stereotype is that we are invisible. I don't know how many times I've stood at the door of the living room and asked my mum, what's for dinner? Or some question like that, and received no answer.
Lisa's taking her first steps.
You taping it?
Yes.
I'll watch it later.
The plane.
No, my freakish little friend, that's a seagull.
If you're not a middle child, or don't know one personally, you may think I'm making all of this up. But to prove my point of these societal and media stereotypes, here are a few famous characters you may know that suffer with what the internet has deemed middle child syndrome. First off, we have Carlton Banks from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He is seen as the most academically smart of his siblings and tends to be the butt of the joke.
It's not unusual to go out at any time. But when I see you out and about, it's such a crime. If you should ever want to be loved by anyone, it's not unusual, it happens every.
Next, and probably the most well-known character on my list, is Lisa Simpson. She's very independent and definitely the smartest of her siblings. And what I like most about her is that she is self-aware about being the middle child.
Child, no one cares about the middle child, never ever gonna change.
Lisa, can I talk to you?
Ah, here it is, a quick check-in every 2 years, just like clockwork.
For my all-time favorite childhood movie, we have Edmund Pevensie from The Chronicles of Narnia. Edmund struggles to fit in with his other siblings, and he rebels against what he is told to do, and often seems invisible to his siblings. And this movie is actually a 2-for-1 because there's 4 siblings, which makes Edmund and Susan middle children, and Susan, she fits more into the intelligent, independent side of these stereotypes. And lastly, we have Alex Dunphy from Modern Family. I would have to say Alex is the middle child that I see most of myself within. I mean, I'm the smart one, stuck with my popular, well-presented sister, and the younger brother who has a lack of common sense. What really makes Alex a middle child is how competitive she is, mostly when it comes to school. Also, she's so independent that her parents often don't check up on her.
With Luke and Haley, I'm on top of everything because they aren't. But Alex is so self-sufficient, I just sort of put it in cruise control. I've fallen asleep at the wheel and now my little genius is covered in cake.
After seeing all the similarities between us all, I can't help but wonder, how do we all end up the same? Well, in 1964, a man named Alfred Adler figured that birth order significantly affected a child's psychological development. Adler's theories inspired more research into birth order. One study from 2016 interviewed 320 students and found children who were middle-born were less likely to be family-oriented and were also more likely to develop maladaptive perfectionism. which is characterized by having high personal performance standards and tendencies to be extremely self-critical in self-evaluations. And I can say for myself, if you ask any family or people I've worked with, I am a complete perfectionist when it comes to any part of my life. I don't want to leave this off all doom and gloom because I know that being stuck in the middle sucks. So I have a list of why it's a blessing in disguise. First off, we don't have parental responsibilities over our siblings. Secondly, we won't always be the baby of the family. Because I don't know about other families, but my brother, who is now 15, is currently and probably forever will be treated like a baby. Thirdly, we learn at a young age to be responsible and independent, which helps us continuously throughout life. And lastly, even though we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to succeed in everything, we have less pressure from around us than our siblings do, because we have the ability to fly under the radar. So even though we are a bit invisible, we middle children need to hold on to this few positives that we can grab from this situation. Eventually, we do find our place in the world. It just takes a wee bit of time. But I'll just let you know, now that I've shown you all of these stereotypes that can be picked up in the media and even in people that we know, you will never stop picking up on them. Ever. So for that, you're welcome.